Hello, my name is Omar Abasad. It's 4:48 p.m. March 19th, 2020. So I'm going to give you a sample of today's signals around my body. In my tweets, I talked about the effects of these signals and the similarities between the effects and that of a flu. And the coronavirus is a flu. So there's a lot of similarities. A flu can progress to pneumonia, which kills. It's actually the pneumonia that kills. I mean, if you have a cold and you're exposed to these signals that's turned up in power, that heats up your body, heats up your heart rate, stresses out your body, inflames your body, then the cold is going to progress to pneumonia. And the chances of you dying is very good, because if there isn't an antibiotic or any medication that is specifically geared towards to that particular virus or bacteria, and you have an underlying condition and you're older and your immune system is not up to par, or you have liver disease or you have diabetes, you can get really, really sick and even die. So can 5G, which is millimeter wave signals, microwave signals, can exposure to a high level of 5G signals worsen the symptoms of the coronavirus? And I tweeted about this. Now, excuse me. I've been tweeting what's been going on in this building. And if you look at my other videos, you will see that the signals are of varying power, up and down, up and down, up and down. And sometimes it's so high that the detector cannot pick up. And these signals are accompanied by comments outside the window. So it's a two-pronged approach. So it's the signals, and it's combined with the comments. So it's a program. It's a training program. It's a terrorization program. It's psychic driving is the term, really, is what's being used. And it's experimentation as well. So signals today. Notice the RF reading. I just got pulsed. Notice the RF reading there. When your body is pulsed, there's an electrical component to these technologies. So the electricity stays in your skin and the detector picks it up. Notice the RF reading. And there are swellings on my arm. I don't know if you can see, because my face is swollen. See this here? This is not the shape of my face normally. This here is swollen. I could actually feel the pain when I do this. This here, the glands, is swollen. So the normal shape of my face would be a little bit thinner, maybe about there. So it kind of makes you look different and sometimes downright ugly if your sinuses are swollen. There are bags under your eyes are red, your eyes are tagged, one is out of focus. It's not in sync with the other. Your temples are swollen. You're in pain, which is going to cause your facial features to distort. Makes you ugly. Basically, it makes you ugly. Disfigures you. So let's see if the signals are going to trigger, and it does. So the comment outside the window is, I'm going to get charged for whatever it is I'm set up for. Somebody's made a case, and I've been flagged 10 times for whatever based on lies told by informants such as PK, who are criminals, basically. The criminals are actually doing it. Any charges that's laid is part of PK's agenda. It's part of criminal activity. So the power is turned down. The RF reading actually is a little bit higher than normal, 0 to 2, 0 to 1. So the RF reading, which causes intense pain, is all over the place. And I just got a pulse here. See that RF reading there? 11, down to 3. 8.5. And that was the pulse. That 11 was the pulse. Temperature. (36.2). 36.2. 36.2. 36.3. 36.3. 36.3. 36.4. 36.4. 36.4. 36.3. So I heard the comment, 36.3, at the window that the person who talks about rape, murder, stalking, masturbation, killing people, is the same person who presents information to courts, meetings, community meetings about targets, saying that he takes care of me. He takes care of me. Could you imagine somebody who's that I'm exposing and I'm reporting about and I'm complaining about and doing everything possible to expose what's going on, is claiming in court, a fixed court, it has to be fixed, that he's taking care of me and he's getting the contract to take care of me, all fixed, as part of an experiment. I heard somebody ordered me switched. So the comments outside the window about what the person saw inside of my home is meant to trigger me into verbalizing so he could record it and then run the red alert system. So, which is an experiment that the cops are involved in. So, since the coronavirus came from China, originated from China, and we have an experiment being carried out here at 25 Bamberg Circle by PK. Is the coronavirus an experiment, a global experiment? Because I'm being experimented on a global basis. I'm being trafficked globally. There are people from around the world who could log on to me and access my body and work on it, affect it remotely, which is voyeurism, really, and torture, which is trafficking. That's an experiment, a global experiment. Is the coronavirus a global experiment? This is what I was tweeting about. There was a lot of parallels to it. There's a lot of parallels to what is being done here. And the first and foremost similarity that hits you in the face is they're both Chinese-based. That's not being racist, as Donald Trump says, President Trump says, stating facts, and he just stated a fact. The virus came from China. And the relationship between China and other countries are not a very friendly one. And we all, and the world knows that because of the nature and the structure of the political environment in that country, the truth is not always told to the people or to the global public. It's hard to get the truth. And we know that there's experimentation going on. Not only the Chinese are experimenting, other ethnic backgrounds and countries are experimenting as well. And they're not always the government. Big corporations, different sectors in the economy, they run experiments all the time. The military is not the only organization that run experiments. Big corporations do it all the time. Now the military, or some of the people in the military who are getting funded to behind the scenes to run experiments, it may be involved in some of the experiments. And of course, that involves infiltration. Just like my family is infiltrated by PK and his friends and the file that is originated from this building. It's the same way that the virus that originated in China was spread throughout the world, and lies are being told about it. You never get the straight answer. It's exactly the same thing. Infiltration by a virus or by a file, all lies. Anyway, so it's going on 15 minutes, and I'm going to make this one brief and end it there. I obviously don't have a temperature. Feeling a lot better today. Last night was really bad. It was hard to sleep, but I do shave. So when, and sometimes the power is turned up so high that the signals come through the shielding. And last night, my chest and my heart area was directly hit. You actually feel a pulse of energy on your chest that causes a heart palpitation 2, 3, 4, 5 times sometimes. Like it's not always one, it just goes on. And if you're continuously pulsed that way, then a healthy heart, a healthy heart will go into arrhythmia, will recover. But if you have an unhealthy heart, you're older, 80 years old, and you have a heart condition like angina, you will not recover. Plus, you will get clots in your system. It will kill you, basically. And as I'm sitting here right now, I'm getting pulses right at the hip, right above the butt. So you increase the intensity of those pulses, and those pulses show up very clearly in the detector, very, very clearly. If you increase the power of those pulses, it's like, is it an EMP pulse? I don't know. I don't know exactly what the technology is, but I do know it's an energy that hits you. You could feel it like a bullet, it hits you. And EMP, it's very possible, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm going to stop there.